Hello, my name is yusef, and welcome to part 82 of the American Show. Now let's begin. So, Susan was laying on her bed. She had just gotten off from work, and she just couldn't help but complain about what obviously was a horrible action on Patrick's part, interrupting her, he was, well, even though he was interrupted by her in the first place. And so she said to herself, that jerk, that jerk, he interrupted me. I don't know what his problem is, but I don't, I don't like him. I knew, yes, and yes, I did interrupt him back, but that's my right as a person. He doesn't get to have that right. And then she said, you know, I'm gonna take the day off. And so she went to her dad's room, and, and then she said, you know what, Dad, can I take the day off? He said, no problem. May I ask you a question why? And then she said, well, I just needed some time off. I don't know, I mean, I just need some time off. That's all. Okay, no problem. You have the day off. No problem. And so, someone else had to do her show. And so, he was like, okay, this is going to be a bit of a problem. I don't want to put the show on a show hiatus because the show is getting high ratings, and I don't necessarily want to do that. And so a decision was made to put Patrick as the host, temporary of course, of the Susan Queen show. And as she was being told this, Sally said, well, Susan said rather, you know, I don't necessarily, uh, mm, I, I'm not necessarily comfortable with a man hosting my show. Um, I would much rather have a woman do it because it's my show and woman started all of this. And I would like to have someone else. If that's okay with you, that I don't mind. It's your company and just working it. And then he said, no, no problem, okay. Um, I just call around and no, I'll do it. I'll help you out. I will help you out with this. No big deal. And so she gets in her truck after she was already dressed. After she got dressed, rather, she gets in her truck and she goes to the and she goes to every celebrity house, every single celebrity's house to look for a host, a temporary female host of of her show, the Susan Queen show. And after a couple minutes, she finally found one. She uh, she walked. So she walked into her house, announced by the way, and she said, "Hi, you might not know me, Susan Quinn, daughter of Alpha Quinn, and the host of the Susan Queen show and the temporary co-host of the American show. I would really like to talk to you. And the female celebrity said, "Oh, I watched the show. Come in, no problem." And so she does. So so she sits down and she said, "Okay, um, I would really like for you to host my show if you don't mind, because I just want to take some time off. Like, it's only gonna be one day, and if you have any uh excuse me obligations, I will understand." And then she said, "Not do I know of. Not do I know of. I don't think I have any obligations. So yeah, I will do your show." Great. So it's decided then. Yes. Um, I will call my dad and see if he's okay with you doing my show. Um, See you later. I hope you have a good show, cause it's going to be a good audience. People love you, by the way. I do also. I love your music also. Well, Susan said, and then the celebrity host said, the celebrity said, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I worked really hard on it. I bet you did. Good job." And so she said, "Well, I have to leave now and in order to tell my dad he's not home too. He's probably at the studio right now. But I'll make sure to tell him that he is that I authorized you to be the temporary host of my show. Um, I will see you on the TV, hopefully." And then she opened the door and then she left. She closed the door behind her and then she left and she said to herself, "Well, that went well. Actually, I'm quite happy with how that went down. I have the day off and I have the temporary female co-host. Well, female host of the show, as temporary as it may be." And so she went into her truck and she drove away. Excuse me. She said she said to herself, "That was well. I cannot wait to just relax. I don't know what's going on with me. I am quite angry all the time. I mean, which is weird because last week I wasn't. This week I am. It's really, really weird. And it was happening. And so she went back into her house to the Alpha Queen mansion, to the Alpha Queen's mansion. She sat down on the couch and she just took a nap. He came in to the house, Alpha Queen did, and he woke up. "Oh, I just talked to the temporary celebrity host. It's so and so." And he said, "What? I love her. I would, yes, that's a great idea." "Well, great. That's a great idea too. I just thought that you should know." "Well, great. Um, how? Wow. This is wow. Okay, no problem. Hey, do you want a sandwich?" "No, I'm okay. I'll get it myself." And then he said, "Are you sure?" "Yeah, I'm okay." And then she just passed out. in her sleep, and then she just passed out. After a couple more minutes of her sleeping, she hopped up and got herself a sandwich, or made herself a sandwich, and she sat on the couch, spending the rest of the day eating her sandwich and anticipating this new temporary celebrity host hosting the Susan Quinn show for the night. Fast forward to the nighttime, the American show is on. Now she's eating dinner on the couch, of course, which is kind of weird to her mom, and also really, really angering, but also weird to her father. So, but nevertheless, she continues to eat dinner on the couch. She's not well, but she makes sure that she's careful with the food on the couch. She's watching her show that she was hosting for a couple months by this point, and she's watching her show at home, and she's enjoying it very much. She's enjoying it. She after she is eating, she gets up. She gets up off the couch, of course, to wash to put the dishes away for the butler to clean. He is not happy about it, but she gives him a slap in the face for not being happy to be here. And she goes about her day. She goes back on the couch, watches more of the Susan Quinn show, of course. The butler is now crying, and so she gets up and she beats his butt, and she beats him up for a while. Then she goes back onto the couch after he's been beat up by her, and she's and then she is watching the show. He leaves, of course, because he can't take it anymore, and she's relaxing now. Alfred is really upset at her, but in order to not, because something is clearly wrong with her, he does not want to make her angry at him, and so he just leaves himself. Then the show ends, and by the time the show ends, she is sleeping on the couch. Her mom tells her to wake up so she can go to her bedroom. So she does. She gets up off the couch and she is walking to her bedroom, and she said to her mom, "That was a good show, huh?" And then her mom said, "Yeah, are you okay?" "Yeah, fine." And then she just plops herself on the bed, crawls herself on the bed, of course, and she just sleeps. But actually, she passed out on the bed, or rather, she passes out on the bed, her bed, and her mom leaves her room to go turn the TV off so they could go, you know. So she goes out, she turns the TV off, her mom does, and and that was it. to be continued. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, um, leave a comment down below, um, share the video, leave a like on the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.